Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Bardic Wars Renaissance Theater Live Warpoint. We have an amazing lineup for you. We have four groups that are going to be performing for you today, and I'm very excited to see what everyone has to bring to the table. So our first performer is the Honorable Lady Julian Beecham from the Mid-Realm Alliance. And on deck, we have Mistress Caitlin Wintour. So if you would, the Honorable Lady Julian, go ahead and turn on your video and take it away.
Thank you. I will be performing The Forgeries of Jealousy, which is Titania's first speech from the second act, scene 1 of the Midsummer Night's Dream. These are the forgeries of jealousy, and never since middle summer spring met we on hill, in dale, forest or mead, by paved fountain or rushy brook, or in the beach's margin of the sea, to dance our ringlets by the whistling wind, but by thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the wind, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, has sucked up contagious fogs from the sea, which, falling on the land, made every pelting river so proud they have overburdened their continents. Therefore, the ox stretches his yoke in vain. The plowman lost his sweat, and the green corn rotted on the stalk ere his youth attained a beard. The folds stand empty in the drowned field, and crows fatten on the murrened flock. The Nine Men's Morris has filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes on the wanton green for lack of tread are indistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now with hymn or carol blessed. Therefore the moon, governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes the air that rheumatic diseases do abound, and thorough this distemperature, the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frost pushes far into the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on old Hyam's thin and icy crown, an odorous chaplet of summer buds is, as in mockery set. The spring, the summer, the chilling autumn, the angry winter, all do change their wonted liveries, an amazed world knows not which is which. And this progeny of evils comes from our debate, our dissension. We are its parents and original. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that wonderful performance. I really, truly appreciate that you were able to participate with us. I know that you were very excited about this because I happen to be your general. So I'm so glad that you were able to do that with us today. So our next performer comes from the West Kingdom Alliance, Mistress Caitlin Winter. And on deck, we have Lord Jotun Eric Bjarnson. So Mistress Caitlin, if you would please, take it away.
I'm Mistress Caitlin, and I play all three weird sisters from Macbeth, Act 4, Scene 1. Thrice the brindled cat hath mewed. Thrice, and once the hedgehog whined. Harper cries, "'Tis time, 'tis time." Round about the cauldron go, and in the poison entrails throw. Toad, that under cold stone days and nights hath 31 salt and venom sleeping got. Boil thou first in the charmed pot. Boil, boil, toil and trouble. Fire burn and cauldron bubble. Fillet of fenny snake, in the cauldron boil and bake. Eye of newt and toe of frog, will of bat and tongue of dog, adder's fork and blind worm's sting, lizard's leg and an owlet's wing. For charm of powerful trouble, like a hell broth, boil and bubble. Boil, boil, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, witch's mummy, maund gulf of the ravened salt sea shark, slips of hawthorn dug in the dark, liver of blaspheming Jew, gall of goat and slips of yew silvered in the moon's eclipse, nose of Turk and Tartar's lips, finger of a strangled babe, ditch delivered by a drab, makes the gruel thick and slab, add to a tiger's chaudron, to the ingredients of our cauldron. Black spirits and white, red spirits and gray, mingle, mingle, mingle you that may. Oh, add to it a baboon's blood, and then our charm is thick and good. By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. Thank you.
That was wonderful. Oh, I'm so glad that I was able to be here to see that performance. Thank you, Mistress Caitlin. Our next performer is from the Eastern and Atlantean Alliance, Lord Jotun Erik Bjarnson. And on deck, we have the group Lady M. Lord Jotun, if you would please unmute yourself, turn on your video and take it away.
A Little Touch of Harry, selections from Act 4 of Henry V. Now entertain conjecture of a time when creeping murmur and the pouring dark fills the wide vessel of the universe. From camp to camp, through the foul womb of night, the hum of either army stilly sounds. That the fixed sentinels almost receive the secret whispers of each other's watch. Fire answers fire, and through their paly flames, each battle sees the other's umbered face. Steed threatens steed, and high and boastful neighs piercing the night's dull ear. And from the tents, the armorers, accomplishing the nights, with busy hammers closing rivets up, give dreadful note of preparation. The country crocks do crow, the clocks do toll, and the third hour of drowsy morning named. Proud of their numbers and secure in soul, the confident and overlusty French do the low-rated English play at dice, and chide the crippled tardy-gated knight who like a foul and ugly witch doth limp so tediously away. The poor condemned English, like sacrifices by their watchful fires, sit patiently and inly ruminate the morning's danger. And their gesture sad, investing lankling cheeks in war-worn coats, presenteth unto the gazing moon so many horrid ghosts. Oh, now, who will behold the royal captain of this ruined band, walking from watch to watch, from tent to tent? Let him cry praise and glory on his head, for forth he goes and visits all his host, bids them good morrow with a modest smile, and calls them brothers, friends, and countrymen. Upon his royal face there is no note how dread an army hath enrounded him, nor doth he dedicate one jot of color unto the weary and all watch at night, but freshly looks and overbears a taint with cheerful semblance and sweet majesty, that every wretch, pining and pale before, beholding him plucks comfort from his looks. Largesse universal, like the sun, his liberal eye doth give to everyone, thawing cold fear that mean and gentle all behold as may unworthiness define a little touch of Harry in the night. Upon the king, let us our lives, our souls, our debts, our careful wives, our children, and our sins lay on the king. We must bear all. Oh, hard condition, twin-born with greatness, and subject to the breath of every fool whose sense no more can feel but his own wringing. What infinite heart's ease must kings neglect that private men enjoy? And what have kings that privates have not too, save ceremony, save general ceremony? And what art thou, thou idle ceremony? What kind of God art thou that sufferest more of mortal griefs than do thy worshippers? What are thy rents? What are thy comings in? O ceremony, show me but thy worth. Where is thy soul of adoration? Art thou aught else but place, degree, and form, creating awe and fear in other men, wherein thou art less happy, being feared, than they in fearing? What drink'st thou off instead of homage sweet, but poisoned flattery? Oh, be sick, great greatness, and bid thy ceremony bid thee cure. Thinkest thou the fiery fever will go out with titles blown from adulation? Will it give place to flexure and low bending? Can thou, when thou commandst the beggar's knee, command the health of it? No, thou proud dream that plays so subtly with a king's repose. I am a king that find thee, and I know. 'Tis not the balm, the scepter, and the ball, the sword, the mace, the crown imperial, the intertissued robe of gold and pearl, the facet title running for the king, the throne he sits on, nor the tide of pomp that beats upon the high shore of this world. No, not all these thrice gorgeous ceremony, not all these laid in bed majestical, can sleep so soundly as the wretched slave, who with a body filled and vacant mind gets him to rest, crammed with distressful bread, never sees horrid night, the child of hell, but like a lackey from the rise to the set, sweats in the eye of Phoebus, and all night sleeps in Elysium. Next day after dawn doth rise and help Hyperion to his horse, and follows so the ever-running year with profitable labor to his grave. And but for ceremony, such a wretch, winding up days with toil and nights with sleep, had the forehand advantage of a king. The slave, a member of the country's peace, enjoys it, but in gross brain little wots what watch the king keeps to maintain the peace, whose hours the peasant best advantages. Oh, God of battles, steel my soldiers' hearts, possess them not with fear. Take from them now the sense of reckoning, or the opposed number plucks their hearts from them. Not today, O Lord, oh, not today. Think not on the fault my father made encompassing the crown. I, Richard's body, have interred new, and on it have bestowed more contrite tears than from it issued forced drops of blood. 500 poor I have in yearly pay, who twice a day their withered hands hold toward heaven to pardon blood. And I have built 2 chantries, where the sad and solemn priest sings still for Richard's soul. More will I do, though all that I can do is nothing worth, since that my penitence comes after all imploring pardon. My brother Gloucester's voice. I know thy errand. I will go with thee. The day, my friends, and all things stay for me. That we had now here but 1/10,000 of those men who do no work today in England? What's he that wishes so? My cousin Westmoreland? No, my fair cousin. If we are marked to die, we are enough to do our country loss. And if to live, the fewer men, the greater share of honor. God's will, I pray thee, wish not 1 man more. By Jove, I am not covetous for gold, nor do I care who feeds upon my cost. Yearns me not if men my garments wear. Such outward things dwell not in my desire. But if it be a sin to covet honor, I am the most offending soul alive. No, faith, my coz, wish not a man from England. God's peace, I would not lose so great an honor as 1 man more, methinks, would share from me for the best hope I have. Oh, do not wish 1 more. Rather, proclaim at Westmoreland throughout my host that he who hath no stomach for this fight, let him depart. His passport shall be made and crowns for convoy put into his purse. We would not die in that man's company who fears his fellowship to die with us. This day is called the Feast of Crispian. He that outlives this day and comes safe home will stand a tiptoe when this day is named and rouse him at the name of Crispian. He that shall see this day and live old age will yearly on the vigil feast his neighbors and say, tomorrow is St. Crispian. Then will he strip his sleeve and show his scars. Old men forget, yet all shall be forgot, but he'll remember with advantages what feats he did that day. Then shall our names familiar in his mouth as household words, Harry the King, Bedford and Exeter, Warwick and Tilbury, Salisbury and Gloucester be in their flowing cups freshly remembered. This story shall the good man teach his son, and Crispian shall ne'er go by from this day to the ending of the world, but we in it shall be remembered. We few, we happy few, we band of brothers. For he that sheds his blood with me today shall be my brother. Be he ne'er so vile, this day shall gentle his condition. And gentlemen in England now abed shall think themselves accursed they were not here, and hold their manhoods cheap, whilst any speaks that fought with us upon St. Crispin's day. And so our scene must to the battle fly. Oh, for pity, we shall much disgrace with 4 or 5 ragged foils, right ill disposed in brawl ridiculous, the name of Agincourt.
Very well done, Lord Yoden. That is one of my favorite selections, and I'm so glad that you brought that to us. That was very well delivered. So this ends the Renaissance Theater live War Point. I hope that everyone enjoyed all of these fantastic performances from all 3 alliances. And I just want to thank the volunteers, our moderator and our tech person, as well as our judges. We cannot do this without you guys. And also our performers. Oh my goodness. We wouldn't have a war if we didn't have people willing to fight. So thank you all so much. I hope that you continue to check out the rest that the Bardic War has to offer. And don't forget to check out the Brawl live, rather it's not live, so the Brawl link, and make sure to vote for your favorite. So other than that, I'm Honor von Atzinger, and I'm signing out. Thank you so much.